What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. The trilogy fight needs a new date due to football conflicts. At least 3 planned dates have now fallen through this year for this potential fight. The trilogy match between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, which we do not need but absolutely deserve, needs a new date. Bob Arum tells ESPN that the whole mess of football conflicts have taken December 19th off the table. He says this. He says we're moving off because there's 5 conference championship games that day and night, plus 2 NFL games. So we can't go with the 19th. We're looking at the other dates now because ESPN advised us and Fox advised us, the PBC, who promotes Wilder. Top Rank still intends to stage the event at Las Vegas with a limited seating and social distancing guidelines. It could also still land in 2020, as Arum raised the possibility of hosting it a little earlier in December. Now it's planned for December 12th. A showdown between Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev remains the biggest boxing bout scheduled for the month, though ESPN does have Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez planned for the same date. And Showtime has Nordine Abali versus Donito Donaire. Fox also has the December 26th date marked for its PBC. Speaking of football, wow, okay. So, reading what we read, football's in full effect. You know, here in America, football is more popular than boxing. In America, it is. So to go head up with football wouldn't be smart. And I think the problem is, and here's the problem that I see. I think Bob Arum, I think he's always, because he's already showed us what he wants. You know, he wants a live crowd because he wants the extra revenue, because he wants to be able to pay whoever. That's what he's doing, you know, and if you have limited seating, it's better than no seating, okay? And looking at what we have, knowing that we also have another boxing match, okay? Joshua and Pulev, and that's December 12th. He's already admitted that's the biggest boxing scheduled for that month. So that's Bob Arum saying that. Not, you know, a lot of people would disagree because a lot of people want to see the trilogy. A lot of people don't. Let's just be real. A lot of people don't want to see the trilogy. But Bob Arum now has to take an account. Okay, the proof is in the pudding, like Floyd Mayweather says, and this is what's showing. He doesn't want to go head up with. He doesn't want to have it on December 12th. Okay. Or he doesn't want to have it the same night as Anthony Joshua, Kubrat Pulev, because he knows that's the biggest bout. And then he has all the football schedule. So this is what we're dealing with. If he can't make that fight on the 12th, we're going to have to consider going to next year. And if it drags on next year, that drags everything else on for those fighters. Now, I know for Wilder, this is what he's focused on. As for Fury, I don't think he's 100% focused. He can say he is, he can claim he is, but as long as people talk about Anthony Joshua, because there is no other opponents that people speak of with Deontay Wilder other than Tyson Fury. Maybe that's an ingenious way of not saying anything about anybody else. You know, so hey, it's better not to say anything at all than to start talking about other opponents that I'm not even fighting. So that could be a reason. You know, I'm just putting that out there. Maybe not with Wilder, but with Bob Arum knows that he's up against competition in other sports. He wants it to sell, and he'd rather drop dead than to have it behind closed doors like Eddie Hearn's doing with Kubrat Pulev and Anthony Joshua, which I do agree it will lose a lot of money, because Anthony Joshua, despite the coronavirus, despite the controversial things with fans and all that, people still want to see AJ fight. Okay, because AJ still has a question mark over his head. Is he still the knockout artist that people are used to? So, a lot of people want to watch that fight. Kubrat Pulev looks in damn good shape, and people should not overlook that man. Okay, Bob Arum thinks that he's going to get knocked out. So, he has vested interest in that fight because Kubrat Pulev is his fighter. Okay, so he's automatically telling everybody, like, look, the fight's going to happen, but we just don't know when. Hopefully we can make it earlier because the biggest fight is with 2 other fighters, but we need that crowd. And I think that's the problem with Bob Arum. Since he knows that's not the biggest match and he's going to be missing out on Pulev Joshua, the gate revenue, because there ain't no gate revenue. Okay? And that pisses Bob off, and I'm going to do a separate video with that probably live later today. But he's already missing out that way. So you think someone like Bob Arum wants to take 2 unlive fights, ungated fights with no gate revenue? No, he wants to have one of them. I'm going to have one of the fucking gates. I don't care if it's 200 people. I want money. Right? So that's what he wants. He wants to produce that revenue because he knows he's taking an L with Pulev Joshua. And he had to go by the guidelines because if not, you're telling the government, hey, we want to have this televised. No. Your fighter's mandated to fight Joshua. So you can't afford to say what you think you feel you need. If the fight's going to be made because the government says there's no live gate, there's no live gate. No ifs, ands, or buts. So this is what we're dealing with. So this is really about Bob Arum. Okay, these guys just want to fight. Wilder really needs that fight with Fury. Fury is obligated to fight Wilder. That's the fight that we need to have. Gate or no gate. Think about this, guys. Let me counterpunch it. Let me counterpunch this whole scenario. If the biggest fight of the month, probably the biggest heavyweight fight of the year, rather, is not having a gate, no audience, right? So that revenue is gone. If they can afford to do it, why can't Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder? Think about that. Counterpunch. So Bob is trying to manipulate this because he knows I can't go head up with these type of fights, with sports. I can't compete like that. So I do need another date to get this damn moolah. Okay, so that's what it's about. But it won't be for December 19th. That's the big news. You guys tell me what they should do. Tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.